4 years ago, I had no clue, like, like what we're going to be doing, like what this whole thing about body whispering and business whispering was. And then I just saw you, and then I was like, okay, this is something that we need to do. Okay, me to the class, and I was in a class, and then that's where it began. And now we're talking about this body of work being something where we're going to have more of this in the world today, and it's so exciting. So welcome everybody, those of us who are joining. I'm Dattatreya, and we have Dr. Adila Hafiz, and we're here to talk to you all about the the possibility of you becoming a body whispering facilitator and an advanced practitioner, and that is like a official real thing. So to begin with, Dr. Adila, would you like to talk to us about body whispering, and how did you come up with this and where it is today currently?
Thank you so much. Welcome everyone. My name is Dr. Adila Hafiz. Most of you, if you're watching on my page, you probably know who I am. You might have heard a little bit about body whispering by now. You might have heard a lot about body whispering by now if you keep up with all of our social posting and my wonderful team that includes the Thatcher. So yeah, body whispering is this amazing journey that just keeps on giving, and these amazing classes that have become not only, well, they've always been their own entity in the world. And something I've always said is that I'm just the facilitator. I'm just the vessel that it comes through, and blessed to be able to share this work with the world. And now we're at the point where I think not only me, but our whole team realize that it's got a role to fulfill in the world around healing and facilitating all of us in our bodies and also in our lives to so much healing and peace, and really exploring the greatest experience of embodiment for ourselves. And so body whispering includes so many things, and I'll talk to you a little bit about what it actually is and the classes itself in a moment. But as Dattu's been saying today, the really, really exciting thing about it now is we're at the point where not only do people want more of it, but we realize that the world needs more of it. And so we're ready to create advanced practitioners of the work. We're ready to create other facilitators of the work. Until now, I'm the only person that's been facilitating these live 2-day hands-on classes. Over the next 12 months, we have a whole structure that we've been working on for the last 2 years to help create more facilitators of this work in the world. And that's what we're going to share with you and talk to you a little bit more about today.
Yay! So would you like to talk to us about how did this begin for you, and like how many years ago when was the first body whispering class ever conducted, and how is the class evolved? I mean, I've been a part of it for the last, I think, 3-4 years now, 3 years, I guess, 3-4 years. And for me, it's been of course, I would love to talk about it once you would like to. How has it been for you? Like, how has the class grown?
So body whispering started, I've been a chiropractor now for 10 years, and after graduating as a chiropractor 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, I not only did that, but I was like, hang on, there must be more, right? So then I started doing a lot of this wonderful work that a lot of us do called access consciousness. I started doing other modalities like kinesiology, looking into energy work, looking into meditation, looking into like, what more is there to facilitate the change that I know is possible with bodies? Because as much as it was wonderful working as a chiropractor, it still wasn't, it wasn't healing people to the degree that I thought was possible. And then when I started looking into more modalities and doing more work, and I started bringing in, not just the body. People would come in with this major stuff going on in their body, but the key to changing it wasn't in their body, It was facilitated through their body, how their body had changed and become locked or trapped into a certain pattern or behavior based on the experiences that they'd had in their life. So whether it was trauma, whether it was emotional upset, whether it was to do with relationships or the family they were born into or abuse. And no one was really talking about it. And so that was one thing, right? So I kind of just like kept doing what I was doing. And I was talking, I've done so many Facebook Lives this week because we have a class coming up. And so more and more people have been asking about it. That I was sharing how I would be doing sessions, either on people or in classes, and people would say, how did you know that I had pain in my knees? How did you know to move my body in that way? How did you know that that's exactly what my body's been asking for? And I would say, well, I don't know. I didn't know that you had pain in your knees. That's not why I was doing that. I was doing that because your body was just telling my body to do that in that way, in that position. And whatever it's facilitating for you is obviously changing something, healing something, helping facilitate something for you. So that was the beginning of Body Whispering. And it was also this really funny thing because I didn't realize I was doing anything different to anyone else. Like I really thought all the other facilitators and all the other body workers were doing the same thing. And so it didn't actually occur to me for a few more years that there was something different, but enough people were asking for the sessions that I was doing that by then I was like, okay, what's a name we can call this? Because people would be like, one of those Adela sessions, one of those sessions that I've heard so-and-so have, or I saw you doing on that person. So then the name like Body Whispering just popped in, and it was like, okay, that's what it is. We've heard of horse whisperers and body whisperers, people that talk to different entities. So, this is body whispering. Your body is talking to my body, and it's creating a greater outcome. And we're taking the middleman out of it. We're taking our mind out of the equation. So then by the time, more people wanted to learn it, enough people said, hey, I'd be interested in hearing you talk more about this or learning how to do it myself. That was 2014, around the end of the year. And so then we started running our classes. I lived in Australia at the time, so the classes were in Australia. Then I remember coming to India that year. We did the class in India. We eventually started doing classes everywhere I'd go. So by now we've had classes all over the world, and now they're online. And so that's how Body Whispering started a good 8 years ago now. This is the 8th year, and so much amazing stuff has happened, as you would know. You're part of your...
I like, especially because every time someone asks me what this body of work is, for me it is, the only way I can put it is, it's such a genuine, also it's such a reflection of the person. Also, I've worked with you as a facilitator, and through the number of years I worked with you. But then body whispering for me is this very genuine body, of work, like a set of tools where there is no bullshit and there's no beginners, there's no advanced. It's like a deep dive. You're in a session, and then there's no knowing, oh, you're just beginning, you don't know what energy work is, or you've been doing something for very many years. And what I absolutely love about this body of work is that it's so freaking inclusive. There is no exclusion in terms of, hey, you know what, you've just started off, so you can't really do this. And I mean, for me, it's been, initially, as I said, when I kind of got into, or when I probably first met you, for me, it was more of a thing that's going to change and choose something different. With time, as and when I've chosen to listen to the whispers, and now that we have a process, it's there's so much more. And given the fact that the whole body of work has evolved so much over the years, that it is, I think, one of the most genuine, real processes or ways to actually facilitate bodies to choose, to let them know that, hey, there's something so different that's possible. And then we just talk about body whispering, and then there's there are other things. So yeah, like I've had such a wonderful, and the very fact that now there's going to be so much more in the world, like especially given the whole platform of now this being online and the last couple of classes that we ran, and the fact that there are people from different parts of the world who are now willing to, like places that we probably wouldn't like go and run a class in, and they're there like online, and that's just so exciting. And yeah, so we
It's
have
so, yeah, it's so, I probably could, we could probably spend 2 days talking about everything, right?
yeah,
But, just quickly on what you said, it really took me, the evolution of the work. I'm now at a point where I really have to take a back seat, because until now, what had also been stopping it, like the first few years, like I said, I genuinely thought everyone else was doing this. I didn't think there was anything that different about it. And it wasn't until I started getting all of the feedback, not only from the participants from the classes, but also from the testimonials from the receivers of the sessions, from the body whisperers, who, because you can come to this class and it is a very comprehensive class. There is facilitation for you. You can choose to talk about or change anything that you want to change in your life or in your body. But then I'm also teaching you how to do these sessions on each other, on another person. Now we have the online classes, and you're learning how to work on a person, not only in person, but also via distance. And so immediately after doing a class, you can go away and start offering these sessions to other people. And
and that,
people,
I mean, it looks like because I've also just like when I've seen you do sessions and also receive sessions, it looks like one of the most complex things like on this planet, in the sense you're literally working with a person's, like energetic body, and like a person's body, and receiving information. But being on the other side, when you're actually working with people, it's one of the most simplest forms of work, which, I mean, what I really love about this body of work is that it's not complicated.
it's really coming back to the true
As,
nature of you.
yeah, yeah,
It,
which is
it
not,
brings, yeah, it brings you back to the true nature of you, brings you back to the true communion you're meant to have with your body. And the information that is there 100% of the time, that it's kind of mind-boggling that we have come so far away, like we've become so removed from the true nature. And I would also say the true power of us in our body, the awareness we have, but also the capacities we have, the gifts that we have, which are unique for each and every one of us. But the fact is, what's similar is we've all been cut off from that experience of being deeply empowered and owning and having familiarity and conversation, let alone communion, with our own gifts and talents. And so I really do believe that it's reconnecting you to the true source of you, to the experience that you're meant to have, as a conscious being, as an infinite being with access to so much. And when you have that connection, then miracles do happen, because you are a miracle, first of all. Secondly, you're able to create miracles with that potency and presence. And then thirdly, it's then not so surprising to me that people are miraculously healing, that people are changing things that they haven't been able to change their whole life, that people walk away from these classes saying they've never felt so connected to themselves before.
yeah.
But we're just getting rid of all of the stuff that was stopping us from having it.
It doesn't have to be difficult. It's what I have to say. Like, it doesn't have to be, I mean, it's that deep sense of, I mean, it's also probably because of the love I have for this body of work. It's probably, I could go on and on and on, that it's like, it's something that you've got to experience. And my two bits to anyone, like, it's like, I remember one of the first, and then we have a wonderful friend who kind of pointed it out. like one of the first classes that I attended with you, and you said that, hey, you know what, the universe is like the prerequisite. The very fact that there are no prerequisites for one to really experience this body of work or to attend like a 2-day body whispering class. Just that statement of yours, because now if I have to really like piece it together as to why I was really, like why did I attend your class? I really don't know, but I'm so glad I did. Like, so it's for anyone who gets a sense that, hey, this is something that's going to contribute to you. This is something that, I mean, of course, we're here to talk to you specifically about opportunities of what it is. I mean, there are a lot of things ahead. We have an advanced body whispering class that we're looking at the beginning of 2021. Actually, can we talk a little about that? Like, is there something that you'd like to say about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Yeah. So here it is in a nutshell. If you're new to body whispering, or if you're one of our wonderful existing body whisperers, here's the update, guys. Body whispering has been running for long enough, and there's enough people who've done the classes and repeated the classes multiple times that they've been asking for more. And we're at a point where also the contribution that it is to other bodies, we're like, okay, let's create the next steps. So it's been like 2 years in the making, but we've got some really exciting things to share with you today. First of all, over the last 2 years, we've looked at how we're going to structure this, how we're going to make this really comprehensive. We haven't talked a lot about my background today, but again, in a nutshell, one of my targets is to create always a very empowering, a very safe, and a very comprehensive container or experience for people, so that whether you come from a very professional, practicing background like myself when it comes to being in healthcare, working with clients, or whether you've never done any sort of client or face-to-face work before, or energy work or healing work, you can come in and feel completely supported, completely empowered, but also have like a framework to work within, so that you're being honored as a practitioner and your clients are being honored when they're on your table. So that's why it took so long for me to, get together with the team and for us to create this process. So we have the Life Whispering Institute that is created in the world now as its own entity. And it's one of the most wonderful things. And I can't wait to share the logo and have you guys see this institute in the world. So it's a registered institute that we are going to be running the qualifications through for people to be the certified practitioners and the facilitators of body whispering, and also to become coaches for business whispering. But we'll probably do another call about business whispering, okay? So what's happened is, when anyone from any background, you can be like myself and have done a lot of other modalities, a lot of other body work, or you could have done none of it. When you come in and you do a 2-day class, you are then equipped. We have a very comprehensive manual as well. I was talking to the French translator yesterday or the day before. I was on a call with her, and she said she's currently translating the manual into French, and she's done a lot of other modalities and body work, and she's really blown away by the manual and how comprehensive it is. And that blows me away, because again, like, we just don't know, we don't realize, because we've been working on this and we've been doing these classes for so long. Sometimes, right now what's happening is we're getting that fresh perspective from new people from all backgrounds and countries coming in and being so impressed by the stuff that this work is offering. So when you attend a 2-day class, you have the body whispering manual, you learn how to do sessions, you do swaps. When you finish a class, you're able to go away and offer sessions to people that you can be paid for, that are in person or online. So a lot of people from the last classes we attended in May, they've created a wonderful new revenue stream for themselves after attending these classes. And so that's what happens after attending a 2-day class. And the next one is coming up this weekend, so the 22nd and 23rd of August. And after that, we have now lots of people who've done multiple classes because the classes keep changing. They're very comprehensive, but also they're very healing each time you attend one. So you might, for every stage of your life, it's not that you're attending the same class and getting the same thing out of it. You then move on to like creating your life and creating even greater experiences each time you attend. And after attending 2 classes, you're able to attend our advanced class. As Datu has said, that's going to be occurring in February 2021. And that's a 3.5-day class, the advanced class. And what that class allows you to do is then become a certified practitioner. A certified practitioner is someone who we know and we are working very closely with, who is able to provide wonderful sessions like all of our practitioners, but they've perhaps done many more sessions. They work closely with me and the other practitioners to get the ongoing training, to attend the ongoing meetings, and they are able to do a few extra things. One of those things includes being able to facilitate our group body whispering sessions. Some of you may have attended or heard about the one I did a few weeks ago. And you're starting to see some of our first batch of people going through the prerequisites. So on Friday coming up, we have Saruchi. She's doing a body whispering group session. She's doing it at a fantastic price. She's doing it in the same way that I do. We are providing all of the structure in terms of the process is the same, the information is the same, the process that we use, we have created a uniform process so that that body whispering energy and the energy of the earth, the energy of the bodies, the energy of healing can really be activated in every session. So certified practitioners have a profile on my website. They're going to be given lots of extra help and support, and they are able to be recognized around the world as being very competent and very confident at being able to provide body whispering sessions to anyone who's looking for them.
Yeah, so to kind of put it in a nutshell, one needs to attend or one can attend a minimum of 2 body whispering classes. So the first time you attend it, obviously when you attend it the second time, there's like a repeat price.
Yes.
You attend the class 2 times and then you are eligible to attend the advanced body whispering class. And once you attend the advanced body whispering class, you are a certified body whispering practitioner. That doesn't mean that you cannot practice this body of work the first time you do it. It's just that you get some a kind of support from the Life Whispering Institute, and also there's more recognition on the website, etc. And then there's business, from a business angle, we also support you. And this is basically an indication from our company letting people know that, hey, these are guys who've done enough number of cases, and then Adila like actually signs people off for them to be advanced, to be certified practitioners of this body of work. So that class or that program is something that we're looking at. February 2021 is when we will be having our first batch of the advanced body whispering practitioners, for which I'm personally very excited. Yay!
I know so many people are so excited, and it's you guys that have created this, you know. It's you guys that have said, hey, when are we doing this? I want to do it. I want to be, you know, people from the first time they attend a class, they start asking how to become a facilitator of this work. And I'm like, well, that's actually not possible. It doesn't exist. And I can't say that anymore. But you guys have really created it. It's not, like I keep saying, like this body of work, it may come through me, but it's so much something that is part of all of you who are body whisperers, past, present, and future. And the contribution that you are to it is so great, as well as the contribution that it is to us.
Absolutely. And you know, another thing that I want to also mention here is about how, like, as a facilitator and a practitioner, Adila, you've been someone who has focused on making it work even as a business and not as a hobby, or not as a, you know, not as someone who just loves the body of work that much. And like through your other coaching and through your other classes that you do, you've always focused on making the more heart-centric, the more the healers of the world really look at how they can use that body or that system of work to really create a business for you and create like the monetary aspect of that. Would you like to say a little more about that, please?
Yeah, as a healer and a facilitator and someone who, you know, could very honestly put my hand on my heart and say, I don't care about the money. I'm not doing it for the money. And that was me, you know, over the first few years of graduating and then becoming a facilitator, doing all this wonderful energy work and access and body whispering. And I did it for the love of it. And yet, on the other side of it, something that not only I was experiencing, but I see so many other people experiencing, is that real heartache and that torturous experience when you love what you're doing and it feels so good and it's so expansive. And yet, the money side of it isn't working. The business side of it isn't working. And this reality makes you feel so wrong for it. And it's so ingrained in this reality that if you're not making money, if it's not a viable business, then you're not successful. And for humanoids, for empaths, for healers, because we feel so much and because we pick up on that judgment so strongly, we also go into judging ourselves about that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, something else that then became a strong focus for me was, first of all, figuring this thing out. And I spent years, like I have been coached and I've attended programs and I've attended all of the energy ones and all of the business coaching ones. And I've worked one-on-one and I've worked in classes and I've worked in groups. And I've had that wonderful experience of then having the business whispering work be created through this.
I think we should
Because
do another talk soon about business whispering. I feel like
yeah, that business whispering was created because we got to the point where there was so much money information and business information coming out of the body whispering class, because we really were starting to heal and change this money story for people in the body whispering classes. And what became a pet project for me, like it took me 10 years to get on top of this, but my hope and my wish and my contribution to other people like me, healers, humanoids, body workers, is that it doesn't take you 10 years, that it's hopefully not such a long and torturous journey. That with the body whispering class, when you attend the class, in that class straight away, I'm giving you the format, the structure, the tools, how to start making money from this. And then in each class that we advance in, the reason the classes get longer is because we're paying just as much attention to making this be a viable, successful business for you, with all of the coaching and the training and the formatting and the structure that you don't actually get when you do a healing course or an energy work course.
That's why I wanted to. I'm sorry to interject, but then I was just looking at a few of the friends. Priti is just helping us with questions that are on the wonderful chat there.
Preeti,
If,
we love you so much.
so, would you like to say a little bit about how this body of work, like body whispering, is different from, say like an SOP or like a something like that? Like, how different is that? Is there like, what would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, sure. So I've done so many different kinds of body work and energy work and healing work. We got to the point in the last classes as well that people were really like, they were like, oh, I haven't done, so there are no prerequisites for body whispering, right? Anyone can do these sessions. And yet, as you say, it looks and even feels very advanced, and the results that it creates are very advanced. And there has therefore been this comparison of it and to it for forever. Like, well, then how does it compare to all the other kinds of body work and healing modalities? And the thing that I have been talking about is the intention or the philosophy. Yesterday I was on another Zoom call and I was asked about the philosophy of body whispering. And the philosophy of it is, it was not created to be another modality. It was not created to be a standalone or to create separation or distinction around making you feel like you had to choose one or the other. So with body whispering, the beauty of it is it was created to help all of us, whether you have done lots of other kind of body work but you wanted to figure out which was the best one and how to apply yourself and feeling like you had to choose one. Body whispering is about helping you realize you can do all of them and add your own unique touch, your own knowing, your own intuitive capacities to the work and have it be amazingly successful for you.
Yeah.
And conversely, if you're walking off the street, if you're an accountant, if you've never done any body work before and this is calling to you, it's just as effective and empowering. So how it's different is that there is no need or requirement to compare it to anything else or to try and figure out if it's better, worse, or the same.
Like another thing I want to add here is because body whispering as such, like when you attend a session, the energy of what the session is so different than anything else that you may have experienced before. It could be a combination of a lot of things, but it's literally as simple as this isn't a system of work that is, as you said, like it's not meant to differentiate and look at something else or like as another system of work, but then this is a way of literally being with your body and being with other bodies where you are not bound by really rules and regulations anymore, and you're not really bound by certain filters. And I think the energy of what body whispering is it kind of guides you intuitively to kind of know what you know when you're working with bodies in a very empowered way. So, and that's been
people do so many classes, right? This is what I hear all of the time. They do a million classes like I did, and then they still say, but I still don't trust my awareness. I still don't know what the body's intuitively telling me. I still don't know how to follow the energy. And this is the gap that body whispering was filling for me. Like I said, it was actually saying, okay, it isn't about your sessions looking like everyone else's sessions. It isn't about feeling wrong because you feel like you still don't know how to follow the energy. It's about actually being able to listen and tap into and hear what that energy feels like when it's talking to you, and trust your awareness, bring your body's energy into it, include your knowing and awareness into it. And that is why I think it's such an empowering and unique experience, is people are just amazed and love the fact that this is the first thing that they found, even if they've been doing something else for years and years, where they're not in their head trying to figure it out. They're actually receiving from the work.
Yeah. And the work as such is by itself such a teacher, in the sense like the energy of what body whispering is something that guides each person in such a unique way. Like as what Adila was saying, I've been in and witnessed like a lot of classes where people come in and they are trying to talk about like a knee pain, and then the monetary reality completely changes. And it's like, it's that crazy. And like each and every single one of them, I'm like, I know we shot the 30-minute mark and like we're going on and we could go on for a very long time.
Good.
Yeah. Just to kind of like recap like herein, and then also have another question for you, Adila, before we kind of...
Yeah, let's get on to the conversation about facilitators. And I'm going to share my screen and talk and share the table that we've had. Now, if you're on Instagram Live, guys, it's been wonderful. Would you hop over to my Facebook so you can watch me share my screen? And I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram, and I'm going to just share my screen on Zoom so that everyone can see what we're talking about. Okay, so if you would like to become a facilitator, this is the road to facilitators. So you do a 2-day class and you're able to start doing sessions straight away. You can do paid sessions, you can do sessions in person or via distance, and you still get support at that stage. We have a practitioners WhatsApp group and a Facebook group that you join immediately after doing a body whispering class. Once you've done 2 classes, so you're going to do this class, and if you've done a previous class, then you have met those requirements. If you have never done a body whispering class before, you need to do this class, and then you would still be required to do another class. In an ideal world, when we don't have COVID and lockdowns, one of those classes would be in person with a facilitator that's either myself or a facilitator that's in your region or country. But for now, the only classes that are happening, because right now I'm the only person that can facilitate them, is they're all online. So until COVID and lockdown changes, all the classes are online. You need to have attended 2 over the course of a lifetime. The repeat pricing is also over the course of a lifetime. So once you attend a class, you will be able to be eligible for repeat pricing, no matter how long ago you did that class. Okay, we want to always welcome you back in and remove as many barriers as possible to you continuing your body whispering journey. So once you've attended 2 classes at any time, online or in person, you can then attend the 3.5-day certified practitioner class. This is what we're calling the advanced class. That class, once you've attended that class, not only do you get everything in this column here, but we're having monthly practitioner meetings. You have a profile on our worldwide database. We are referring clients to you when someone reaches out and says, hey, I'm in China or I'm in Bangalore, I'd like to receive a body whispering session. You're our preferred list of practitioners that we're referring clients to. We are helping to promote you and your sessions, and you have our admin support and our guidelines for pricing, including the group sessions. As I mentioned, Saruchi's doing one this Friday. So we have the framework. So all you need to do is fit right into that framework, and your business is going and it's creating money, and you're doing sessions and it's changing lives. So that's the certified practitioner. Once you are a certified practitioner, next year at the end of the year in October, we have scheduled our very first facilitators class. So that is a 4.5-day class. That class is going to be equal parts creating and doing the body work, being able to facilitate these classes and facilitate your participants to have the body whispering experience like they do in a class with me, and giving you all of the tools and the framework and the support to have your business running and to help you find clients. You, of course, have your profile on our worldwide platform, the Life Whispering Institute. You have your facilitator certification, and we are referring clients to you. Something that we're working in to these programs is the year-long BYOE program. So we're going to talk about business whispering on a different day, but in order to become a business whispering certified coach, we are running a year-long coaching program to help you be able to create really successfully in your business and help other people do the same. Something that the facilitators are going to be able to experience is I want them to have a very strong, successful business. So I'm working the BYOE program into the facilitators program. So we currently have our first batch of BYOE participants. They are going through this. And so you are going to see the first lot of certified practitioners and facilitators over the next 12 months, and you're still able to be added into that BYOE program. So don't worry if you feel like you've missed that boat. How it's working is we're going to be adding different batches in, and that's going to ensure that you have a successful business for yourself, as well as you're able to change the world through your body whispering classes and sessions. Do we have any questions about that?
I mean, I love it. I love how we have this. Probably we could, would it be possible for us to share this, Adila, this table
Yeah,
for people?
absolutely. We'll share it on my Facebook page. We'll also share, obviously, there's a 2-day class manual, then there is the certified or the advanced class manual, and then there's the facilitator's manual.
Yeah.
It's comprehensive because of my background. I come from being a chiropractor. I'm registered with the National Health Board. I work across 2 countries, in Australia and New Zealand. We have to meet pretty stringent rules to be able to practice. I wanted the best of both worlds. I wanted, as Datu said, the flow and the lack of having to always be very narrow in what you can do and not having a narrow scope of the work you can offer. But I wanted to bring in the very best of the frameworks, the guidelines, the ethics, the ability for you to be very safe and for your clients to have a really safe and empowering experience when they're on your table. That's one of the things that has created so much success for Body Whispering, is people just feel so safe in the classes. People
Yeah.
feel so empowered during the sessions and in the classes. And I felt like that was missing when you can go to a class, learn how to do it, but then there's no framework or support for you to create that safe and empowering experience, A, for yourself as the practitioner, and B, for your clients. So that's a big part of what I'm bringing in to this advanced class and to the facilitators framework, so that everyone can have the benefit of knowing the stuff I know, but you don't have to go to chiropractic college or medical school or something else for like 6 or 7 years in order to get that information.
Yeah. And like also like how it is also like an additional revenue stream for you. That's what you're looking at. And there is the whole system that's in place that is like more than, I don't know, bubbling to contribute to you and add this as one of your revenue streams to your life. And that's something which I feel is amazing. We have a class coming up. I mean, if any of this information seemed overwhelming or it was too exciting for you to like, I don't.
Too exciting. It was too exciting for me for like 5 years, so I sat on it and did nothing. And I was like, no, guys, this is it.
I had a couple of people send me a message saying, hey, I don't know what this body whispering is, but I want to be a facilitator.
Those people freaked me out for years. I was like, what do you mean? I'm barely a facilitator. I can't make more facilitators. You guys are overwhelming me.
So you're more than welcome to get in touch with. So you can visit www.dradilahafiz.com, and like you also like you could reach out to me, you could reach out to Adila, and we have a lovely set of team. Like we have people from all across the world who now work with us. You can get in touch with us, and we could schedule like a meeting with you to let you know if you want to be eased into like what this really is. But then if you've never experienced a body whispering session, as Adila was saying, we have a session by Suruchi this Friday. Was it Friday?
Yes, it's
Friday.
9 a.m. India time, which is going to be like 3:30 p.m. New Zealand time. So we're going to do a few things, guys. We're going to share the table we've just shared onto my Facebook group, and we'll also put this on YouTube and email it out if you're on my database. If you're not on my database, go to my website and click on the link to be added to my mailing list. We are going to send out the information about the group session that Suruchi's doing, which you can experience for like 27 USD on Friday morning. So it's a no-brainer. Okay, you're going to be able to reach out to not only the team, but as Datu has said, we've got lovely French translators, so we can reach out to Elodie or Alexandra. You can reach out to Amel if you are wanting Arabic translation. Reach out to Fena or Vinda if you would like Bahasa or you're in Indonesia. Reach out to Rashmi, Datu, Smriti, if you are in India.
Mandarin, so we have like a lot of languages. And
if you're Chinese, if you want Mandarin, you go reach out to us Tell us what language you need. We're going to connect you with the person in your region and the country and the language that you require. And if there is no one in your region, this is why we're so excited, because it's time for Body Whispering to be all over the world. And there are many of you who I know sending me messages saying, I'm going to be a facilitator, and you're going to be the first person offering in-person body whispering in South Africa or in Egypt or in Antarctica or wherever you are. So we're very, very grateful. And what else is possible? And I think we've covered it all. If you have more questions, as Dr. has said, you can either leave a comment in the comments, we'll get back to you, or send me an email.
Awesome, guys. So quick reminder again, 22nd and 23rd of this month.
This weekend, 3 days to go. You have 3 days to decide if you're going to become a body whisperer this August or not. And Business Whispering is on the 12th and 13th of September. So if you're not interested in bodies at all, if you're just wanting to make some money, have your business tell you what to do and be successful, then keep an eye out. You can register for Business Whispering 12th and 13th of September. If you'd like to nail it all, if you're like me and you want the best of all worlds or both worlds, we have a package option. You can do body and business whispering at a package price. All of that information's on my website. I'll post the link below. All right.
Hey, thank you so much, Adila. And I think thank you so much for watching, guys. And we will see you soon.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.